Yo, what's up everybody? So in today's video, some developers actually kind of like shared some of the new features which we're going to be getting very soon. And they actually opened up a public testing server where I kind of like showcase it a little bit more. So yeah, I'll kind of just let the developers do them like speaking for themselves, and then after we'll actually hop into like a game and see what it actually looks like. And yeah,
that there are some camera movements that have been added. Your camera will shake, for example, when you get in high speeds or when you're moving fast. You'll see things like speed lines start to appear around you. There's many kind of like subtle camera movements that happen. You can drift and notice, I imagine if you watched ABC's video, you'll notice that there are camera rolls that happen. Your camera will physically roll to the left and right when you're drifting now. It should be much more impactful. You'll notice it when you get access to the game. Let's see. There's completely revamped smoke when you're doing burnouts, etc. It should look much more volumetric, much more realistic now. I'm just gonna start shotgunning these, yeah. We've revamped things like tire tracks, a lot of the small details to just look a lot nicer for players. There is motion blur when you get going really fast. I'll see if I can trigger it here. You'll notice that the lines in the distance will start to fade. Things will get a little bit blurry. Oh. If you haven't noticed yet as well, there are sounds that trigger if you have the stream audio on. Anytime you go past like a street lamp or anything like that, going fast speeds, you'll notice an actual whoosh sound, just like you would in real life. That should hopefully make things a little more realistic. A long-time player requested feature is brake disc heating. You'll start to notice if I just hold down on this handbrake here and try not to lose complete control of the car, my rear brake discs will actually heat up quite significantly. They'll start smoking. If I start braking hard, you can see the front brake discs. They'll of course start going. It's hard to make it here. Let me try to get going real fast, and we'll get them heated up. There we go. But you can see driving a game should just be a lot more satisfying now. If you notice that there's also collision sounds and VFX that happen now, you might have noticed a little teaser for that got put in the game with NASCAR. This is much kind of fleshed out, and it feels better now. So, if I brake hard here, you can see
there it is.
Brake discs. It should feel decently realistic. Let's see, what else is there?
Reverse.
Oh yeah, when you're reversing now, as part of the character additions, you'll see look behind you in the car instead of just going straight ahead non-stop. Not only does your character actively reverse and look behind you when you're reversing, as it should now, we have a really neat thing that I've added recently. For you and any of your passengers in your vehicle, we have something called inverse kinematics, which is a really fancy word for dynamic animations. So now when you turn the wheel, your hands will actually follow the wheel instead of just, nudging left and right. When you reverse, your hands will actively reverse with it. For example, when you turn really hard, your character will physically turn with the vehicle. So if I'm drifting around here, you'll see I actually grab the window to try and hang on to the vehicle, and everything. It just feels realistic for the character. Along with that, go through here and grab Breno, just kind of abduct him. You'll notice he follows everything as well. All of the little animations, all of the character animations, everything like that. And it all applies to everybody, right? Your character will grab the window when you, for example, start drifting and things like that. I saw somebody put in the chat what I was just about to get to. Did you fix the legs sticking through the ground? I have big news. No more legs sticking through the ground of your vehicle. You won't clip through anymore. If I go into free cam here, you'll see not only are our legs dynamically fitted to the vehicle seats now, so your characters won't just clip through. Your character actually sits in the seat. So there's no more kind of floating above the seat in game, anything like that. And that should hopefully, if you've noticed, our heads here don't exactly clip out of the top of the vehicle anymore. It won't completely eliminate it, especially for large avatars and things like that. But there should be a lot less heads clipping through ceilings or arms clipping through the sides of your vehicles anymore, things like that. Oh yeah, there's also been a complete overhaul to destructible objects in games. So if I go and ram this down, you'll notice there's a screen shake, there's some more feedback with it, and it just kind of generally feels better. Along with that, for our console users, our mobile users in games, something big that's been requested is haptic feedback, and we're very proud to announce with this update that full haptic support has been added to the game. Your controllers will vibrate when you're drifting very hard, when your gear changes, you'll feel it physically now, and all of this happens on phones as well, whenever you'd like, whenever you need it to happen, whenever it feels like it should happen, it will happen. So, there's that. It was a big community ask, and we made it happen. For anybody who doesn't exactly know what haptics mean, haptics are just the vibrations on your controller or something like your phone whenever you ram into something in game, for example.
I don't know if we're allowed to answer this, but I feel like the main big question: when are we gonna see this in game? Is there a date? Is there a time?
We cannot give exact dates in terms of when this will be available in game, but sometime maybe in the next few weeks, I'd say.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, because after, well, we'll reveal what. Actually, we can say now, Tampered. What are we doing after this stage?
Yeah. So after this stage, you'll see a few people in game right now. We're revealing the first, I believe, first ever public test server for Driving Empire. So pretty soon, you'll be able to join this feature in its complete testing state. Now, very big emphasis on testing. You'll see there are still some bugs here, like my hand always grabbing the window, but you will be able to join as a player and give direct feedback for us to improve the feature and make it better and fix any bugs that might not be caught before the feature goes out live. So you'll be able to properly kind of get your hands on a feature before we released it, and be the players who give us feedback, and really be the players who shape the feature as it comes out.
Yeah, I got one question. This question was asked by Hydra. And what happens to like the hand animations if you have like a convertible car? So like, let's say the hand animation is up on the window or something, and then you open up the roof, like what happens to that?
That's a great question. Currently, I don't think we take that into account.
Yeah.
So we'll need to...
Oh yeah, there's some feedback.
We might need to revisit some stuff.
Yeah. So some of the things which we have... So let me get a fast car real quick. So, for example, we have the Hennessy Venom F5 Revolution. And we can see here, just driving it, we now have like new sense of speed in the game. So we can see we have like action lines and motion blur. Look at this. This is crazy. And look at the animations also. So if we see the character here, look at that. He has his arm out right here on the window. And then with the other one, he's driving the steering wheel. And look, he just put it back. That is really cool. So those are some like other new animations. Now, let me also show you guys on the McLaren P1. So there is actually now like effects on ceramic brakes. So if you guys know, ceramic brakes get really hot. And then they actually like light up red. And let me get this car going fast. Look at this. There we go. You can see they start glowing a little bit, which is actually crazy. It is really cool. Look how like the actual hand animations are. It's obviously a little bit broken right now, but we can see it actually moves with the car. And also another extra thing is, you know, your legs don't actually like fall out of the car anymore, which is very cool. And look at that. We have like camera shakes. I don't know if you guys can really see that. I'm trying to get the fastest car, but the camera actually shakes when you're driving around. And look at that. You guys just saw that? So when you break stuff, it's actually realistic now. And another little thing I want to say, look, when you move like past things like these, I'm gonna try to like enhance the sound a little bit. You can actually like hear whooshes and stuff, so it goes like whoosh whoosh, like how it actually would in real life. So let me try and let me turn my volume all the way up so you guys can hear. yeah, if you guys can hear that, like when you're going past things, it's actually making like a little whoosh sound effect like it actually would in real life. Now here we actually have some new things. So over here on the graphics and effects, I believe here, so we have motion blur, so you can either turn this on or off. So motion blur is basically when you're going really fast and it actually turns on. You can turn off the wind particles, the field of view effects, and the camera roll. Whoa, that's actually crazy. That's actually a crazy difference. So yeah, there's actually camera animation when you're going faster. So we could see when we're going slow, where I'm actually getting closer to the car here, but I start speeding up, we could see it actually starts getting farther. Look how cool that is. That is really cool. And then we could see when we do like a 360 drift, the actual animations would like actually follow as it kind of would like if you were to like, you know, be looking at any other car game with, you know, like doing an actual drift. So look, it actually follows. Look at the animation. It kind of just went sideways, kind of like some Need for Speed thing. And just to kind of like compare, if we were to have this off, field of view effects, we're just doing a normal drift. We could see, let's turn off camera roll also. We'll see like the actual big difference. And we have the camera shake and everything else, but look at that. It looks just very normal how it usually would. But we turned both of these on and we could see, look at that. Sense of speed has definitely gone a lot better in the game. Still needs a lot of work in my opinion, but really cool. They have the action line, so it actually looks like you're going way faster. And it's making a noise when you're actually going past stuff, which is really cool also. This is like insane. This is definitely one of their best updates, I'm not gonna lie. Like top 3 updates for sure. Very nice. And then obviously when we're crashing the stuff, we could see that it makes a very kind of like loud noise. And then you actually go ahead and just like, look at that. Look how that makes a very loud noise. And then it actually has some sparks and stuff, which is crazy. Now, the thing which I did ask the developers about is, so let's say you have your hand animations like this and you take off the roof of this. This is a little bug which they need to fix still. So we see like, you know, when you're gonna take this off, obviously your hand can't be on the window anymore, but it is still there. So that's a little bit of a bug. But this is a testing server, so this is meant kind of for you guys to like actually get feedback and say whatever like kind of needs to be done or needs to be fixed or anything you guys recommend really. But this is looking really good so far. I mean, this is crazy. Look at all of the effects. The game is definitely going in the right direction. This is really just like refreshing to honestly have. Apart just from like licensed cars and stuff, that's always amazing, but having something like this, dude, look at this. Let me get into Jesco real quick. Let me try to go in like 400 miles per hour. I want to see how it actually looks going that fast, because even in first person we could see the speed lines and everything. And here we have it. Let me get this car to like match speed real quick, and then we'll actually be able to see the ceramic brakes. This is actually a good example. Dude, this thing is actually insane. Look at that. So we're gonna get this up to 258, and then let's see the brakes. Look how cool that is. They start glowing red and they start smoking. And yeah, also with the smoke on the drifting, these are brand new like smokes, so it's a lot more realistic, as you guys could see. It's a lot kind of like less and a lot more realistic, which is very cool. And yeah, pretty much think that's kind of everything new which I've covered. So we have new animations on your actual character. You don't actually clip through like the thing anymore. We have new motion blur, new camera FOV, new camera effects, shakes, like actual motion blur in the game, so better kind of sense of speed. And I think that's about everything. So this is really nice. This is definitely a good start on the vehicle effects. And honestly, in my opinion, definitely one of my top 3 favorite updates so far, because this is really cool. And we're definitely heading in the right direction for like 2025. So yeah, let me know any feedback or, you know, like any suggestions that you guys have. Leave them down below in the comments, because developers will probably be watching this. So let me know down below in the comments what you guys think they could improve or like, you know, kind of work on. And yeah, overall it is looking pretty good so far. I will leave the link to this game down below in the link in the description, so you guys can actually go ahead and play it and give also your feedback to them, to the developers too. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Have a good one, everybody, and bye.